see a theater full and to see people so interested in David Lynch's work and honoring this tribute is really a wonderful sight for me.
Great. I'm glad you all enjoyed A Bug Crawls. That's brilliant work. I don't know if you know how hard it is to create something that can capture an audience attention. There's no cuts in that. There's no nothing. And one day, years ago, I was standing with David outside the paint studio. We're leaning against the little rail, and he was distracted in our conversation. He was watching this bug crawl up the dirt, and then would roll back down. Crawl back up, and roll, and he said, I got an idea, I gotta go. So, and Blue Velvet, I'm glad you're all here to watch that. I haven't seen it in a while. Fred, I don't know about you.
Not for a while yet.
But I like the 4-hour version, and I like the 2-hour version.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, we have the 2-hour one here today. but I will say that in the same way that watching David watch a bug is a bit the way he builds his movies, because though there's a script and a story and actors and some planned, drama and narrative, dialogue, he builds them one piece at a time, and you can see him thinking about how to take that script page that he wrote a year before and make it better and update it to what needs to be happening in the movie right now. He had a really unique way of doing just that, making the story jump off the page and become real for the audience.
And he was constantly evolving from the writing stage to shooting to
the editing, right.
And my Blue Velvet was the first project I worked with David and Fred. And as an editor, I make it a point to never go to the set. And the reason is, I don't want to know the real geography, and I don't want to know the problems they're having on the day. I just want to see the film and have it speak to me, and I put it together in such a way. But one day early on, they were shooting in Dorothy's apartment, that purplish room, and I got a call, said, David wants you on the set. He's got to talk to you. Shoot. I go to the set, and it's kind of dark in there, and I'm looking around, the camera's there, Fred's there, and everybody's talking to me. Where's David? And so an AD came up to me, and he said, where's David? And he said, oh, he's over here, come. So to what Fred was just saying, I walked over, and David's on his hands and knees, and there's a wall radiator, the old-fashioned wall radiator, and he's arranging. I said, David, what are you doing down there? He says, I'm arranging dust bunnies. And I said, well, what's a dust bunny anyway? And he says, it's just in case the camera happens to come by here, I want it to look real. They're dust bunnies that live under these wall radiators. Okay.
But this is the stuff that was important to David, and somehow I think that sense of reality, of really his reality, is what makes those stories so special.
So,
Shall we watch?
enjoy the show.